Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 15 in season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Nashville Super Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 400. Yes, things are a little bit different this season with the Nashville race. It used to always be the last race before the chase, but I kind of figured that the racing here in Nashville isn't good enough to have it for the last race before the chase. So I figured, you know what, let's move this race up, and let's have Indianapolis be the last race before the chase, because we always get great racing at Indianapolis when the Chick-fil-A Cup Series visits there. Not so much when real NASCAR visits there, but when the Chick-fil-A Cup Series visits there, it's always a very good race. But anyways, this is the Cracker Barrel 400, new sponsor. A little bit shorter of a race, but that's going to add to things here. And it might be a little bit of a more strategic race here today. I don't think we're going to get too many cautions. We might get one, we might get two. We'll just have to see. I really don't know. But it's going to be a great race here at the Nashville Super Speedway. And I'm going to be doing a lot of recording this week. Now, of course, the schedule for you guys is going to be the same, but I'm going to be doing a lot of races this week. So, my apologies if these races are going to be a little rough. They might be. I might do some kind of fast, sloppy jobs here over the next couple of weeks, but I'm going to be away over the weekend on a youth group retreat in New Jersey. It's a special place. It's not regular New Jersey. It's a special place for our youth group. It's fine. I don't like New Jersey. I'm sorry if you like it. I don't like it, and I'm probably not the only one watching it that doesn't, but yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this race started here. Starting lineup's going to roll on the bottom of your screen for this one. We got ourselves the guy who was in the booth for the last race, Dan Smith Jr., starting on the pole position. And that is a coincidence. I'm not doing that on purpose, but he's going to start alongside two-time winner John Arndt in the 95. Arndt's trying to get his third win of the season and 2 more bonus points towards the chase. We'll see how he does tonight. Got Stuart Gratton and Tristan Allen in row number 2. Bryce Lofor and Jack Porkins starting alongside each other in row number 3. Ryan Madden and Christian Master in row number 4. Nicholas Samedeo and Jacob Reed. Samedeo, our last winner here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's starting 10th alongside the 18, and that's the top 10 starting positions. We're going to go ahead and reset it so Cody Smart can start the race. And then we'll get to the green flag here in the Cracker Barrel 400. Okay, we're ready to get this one started here at the Nashville Super Speedway. All 42 drivers starting here tonight. And it's Dan Smith Jr. on the pole for tonight's race. Now, we only have 2 races left until the chase begins here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So if you're one of those guys who's deep in the points, you got to get a win now. Of course, we have a couple of guys starting up front who already are in the chase, John Arndt and Stuart Gratton. They're trying to get more bonus points for the chase. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out. It's the green flag here in the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville. And Dan Smith Jr. with a great jump on the start, and he's going to pull away, exiting turn number 2. A great jump out of 35. Stuart Gratton's going to take second from John Arndt. Jack Porkins is going to try to take third, but Arndt's going to file in for that position. Or Izzy is going to stay on the outside. The 33 is going to try to get the run on the inside. And I think they're going to remain side by side for third place, but it's going to be the number 35 of Dan Smith Jr. who leads the first lap of action here at Nashville. And I know he was in the booth for the last race, and he goes ahead and starts on the pole for the next one. Interesting thing there for Dan Smith Jr., but that is just a coincidence. I know I have the tools to manipulate things and all that, but trust me, I did not do that. Dan Smith Jr. randomized to the top position in qualifying. Jack Porkins had a great run there. He got around John Arndt. He's going to stay in third place for now. Bryce Lofor trying to rack up those points and make it into the chase on points. He's currently running in 5th place, trying to take 4th from the 95. Christian Master right behind him. Master's going to get to the inside of the 95. Lofor going for 3rd underneath the 33 of Jack Porkins, Stuart Gratton. He's going to try to close up to the 35, but for now, it looks like Dan Smith Jr. has got a pretty comfortable lead on the 47. They're going to be 3 wide as Master gets to the inside of his teammate Bryce Lofor, and Christian Master with a bold move for 3rd place. And he's going to take it from the 41. Great move there by the 14 of Christian Master. These guys are coming close, and they happen to be right by the pace car right when I wanted to switch a car there. Jacob Reed's going to go up the 4th, and here comes Daytona winner Larry Ike to the inside of Bryce Lowe 4. You got Trey Bartow here in the 4, moving his way to the inside of his teammate. And that will be for 6th. Larry Ike's up the 5th place, Jacob Reed in 4th. A lot of these guys need wins if they want to make it into the chase. I think I see Cameron Black coming in the 11, what I'm trying to get to here. And yes, it is the winner of this race, the winner here at Nashville last season, Cameron Black. He's already in the chase because of that win he got in the NRLOA 500. And looks like might have just been a little problem there. He's going to get back out to the racetrack. Anyways, crazy racing back here. But it is very possible that this race could go caution-free. Yes, another one. The last race we had here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series went caution-free at Pocono. But then again, these guys don't get off the pit road that well. See, Elijah Gordon's back in here in the 24. I don't exactly know what happened to him. Oh, I see smoke. Oh, and Tristan Allen into the inside wall hard. But I don't know if the caution's going to come out because he was on the inside of that there. It was a hard hit for Tristan Allen. No caution. Interesting. And because he was down there in the grass and did not come back up the racetrack sideways, we're going to stay green. You see Elijah Gordon, he's been having a tough season in that 24. He's in the pit road. It's a tough break for him. Dan Smith Jr. holding off the 47 for now. I do not know what happened to Tristan Allen, and because the caution did not come out for it, it's going to be kind of hard to tell what happened. But, yes, we can definitely crash here at Nashville, and I think we might crash here soon. Got 3 wide exiting turn 2. They're going to get a little too close, and Blaine Keys is going to go around in the 48, and that should bring out our first caution here at Nashville. And it was just about time for them to go around there. Blaine Keys. Matt Tuck's back in here with trouble. Not sure if he blew up or what. But we got a lot to review here, even though that crash that brought out the caution was simple. A lot happened. Nicholas Gratton, you better be careful there. I tried to do this race at 108%, and they were crashing like crazy all over the place around this racetrack. On the cool-down laps and under caution, it was just too much, so we had to kind of redo it there. And we still end up with a lot of guys with damage here. Tristan Allen has damage in the 2. Matt Tuck, Blaine Keys involved. What is with the NRLOA members getting involved in stuff lately? I don't know. You see Bonksy has a little bit of damage, and I know that Elijah Gordon also had damage. Now, Cameron Black, as far as I know, is a lap down, so he's not going to be the leader. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and see who wins the race off the pit lane. Dan Smith Jr. comes in first. We'll follow with him, and then we'll go ahead and replay the crash that brought out the first caution here in the Cracker Barrel 400. We're also going to review the crash that Tristan Allen had and see what happened to Elijah Gordon in the process. But there were like 2 crashes before the crash that brought out the caution there. And you see Dan Smith Jr., he is taking, I think, 4 tires on his pit stop here. We're 10 laps in. Good time for some guys in the back maybe to take strategy, but they're not going to do so, and Dan Smith Jr. is going to stay out front in the 35. Tristan Allen in the 2 had already come in, so he's a lap down as well, but he took a hard hit to the inside wall. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to him and Blaine Keys here at Nashville. And I saw this 3 wide here, and I knew it was not going to work. Once I saw it, you see Blaine Keys, he kind of gets to the inside there of Matt Dallio and John Arndt. And 3 wide here at Nashville, especially down the backstretch. Through the corners, they can get 3 wide to work, but down the backstretch, they just get too close to each other. We kind of saw it at Texas World in the truck race a lot. Through the corners, they were going 4 wide there. They were fine, but down the straightaways, it really wasn't fine. Same goes for here at Nashville and Blaine Keys. Now, Dallio and Arndt are going to be okay, but Keys just went around there. Keys should be able to continue in the 48. Now, that's a tough break for the Hendrick driver who's only had 1 win on Napafan, and it was over a year ago. I really want to see this guy get a win. I really do. I mean, he's got to get a win sometime, okay? He just has to. And behind that 3-wide incident, Matt Tuck in the 78 blew up with a Toyota engine. That's a tough break for him there in the 78. He's having a, well, he really wasn't having a good run going for him. He was 27th when it happened, but still. Another guy who can't catch a break here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But you guys got to remember Matt Dalio could never, ever catch a break from the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He was able to squeeze out a win at IRP, and that same season he won the championship. So that'll probably happen to Blaine Keys or Matt Tuck whenever they can get the opportunity to get a darn win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to Tristan Allen and Elijah Gordon, because I did see damage on the 24. Then we'll get to the restart here at Nashville. And another 3-wide situation caused this one. Garrett Sonor to the inside of Tristan Allen, and around it goes. You see the roof flaps there, and that's a hard impact into the wall. No way to stop that too, but because it happened in the grass and not on the racing surface, the caution never came out for it. That's a tough break for Tristan Allen because the caution did not come out for that incident. And let's go ahead and see what happened to Elijah Gordon. Yeah, we had 3 crashes before Blaine Keys went around. Elijah Gordon got spun by the 15 of Josh Crash. And he went to the inside, and that didn't bring out a caution. Well, when Keys went around, he was around on the racing surface, and because of that, the caution did come out for it. But because Elijah Gordon and Tristan Allen were not sideways or stopped on the racing surface, the caution didn't need to come out. Tough break for those guys involved, but we got to keep on racing. Dan Smith Jr. out front here at Nashville. Let's go ahead and get to the restart. And there's Tristan Allen's incident there. Let's go ahead and get to the restart here at Nashville in the Cracker Barrel 400. Back here at the Nashville Super Speedway in the Cracker Barrel 400, Dan Smith Jr. out front in a part-time machine. But he's got a lot of hungry guys behind him. Now, Stuart Gratton, he's already in the chase, but let me tell you, he's hungry for another win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and getting 2 more bonus points towards the chase. Christian Master, Jacob Reed, Trey Bartow. Now, Jordan Newman can make it into the chase on points. I think he leads all the guys who have not won yet this season in the point standings. And Noah Carr's part-time driver, Jack Porkins, Ryan Madden, and Nicholas Samadillo. Those 2 guys have already won this season. But Dan Smith Jr. looking to become the second part-time driver to win a race this season. And when he was up in the booth, he was really rooting for that number 55 of Ben Clark. I think he'd like it better if he won a race here in the 35. And he's getting around this lap traffic very well. Now Tristan Allen a little slow there in the 2. He's going to get stuck on the outside as Gratton goes to the inside of him. Here comes Trey Bartow in the 4. That is for 3rd underneath of Jacob Reed, but he might not get it as Reed gets a good run on the outside. Dan Smith Jr. got around Cameron Black. He's going to try to get around Elijah Gordon. Elijah Gordon gets the run on the outside. And Stuart Gratton is closing in here on the 35 for the lead. It's been Dan Smith Jr. leading every single lap so far tonight. Will he be able to get the victory, his first victory on that fin? Might not happen. Here comes the 47. Stuart Gratton getting a great run here. He's got the draft as well through the front stretch. Trey Bartow running 3rd right behind the 47. Bartow is a guy who needs to get a win if he wants to make it into the chase. He cannot make it on points alone. Same goes for the 42 of Noah Cars, who will, by the way, be running the Cracker Barrel Cup Series sometime soon for the NRLOA. I'm looking forward to that on Swagger 42. That's going to be a good series there. But yeah, this is the Cracker Barrel 400. So yeah, I love Cracker Barrel. They got the best food any restaurant has. They just do. I think they're even better than Chick-fil-A. I know I might be a little crazy saying that, but they're my favorite 2 right there. Cracker Barrel and Chick-fil-A. They're my favorite restaurants. Cracker Barrel is really good. Really good. So that's why they're sponsoring this race. Trey Bartow for 2nd underneath of Stuart Gratton. And they're going to be side by side, and that's exactly what the 35 wants to see. These guys going side by side, slows him down, and allows the 35 to pull away. He has nobody around him. But still, we got a long ways to go in this race, and definitely at least 1 more set of pit stops to go before this thing ends. Bartow's going to get around the 47. Now Elijah Gordon's a lap down here in the 24. Actually, he's 2 laps down in the 24. Not just 1 lap down, he's 2 laps down. So he wants to get at least one of his laps back, but I don't know if he'll be able to do so, as he has 3 cars ahead of him before he can get to that position. Trey Bartow trying to close up to Dan Smith Jr. Noah Cars is going to get around the 24 for, well, that isn't for any position, but he's going to clear the 24. Jordan Newman running in 5th place, and like I said, I do believe he leads in the points of all the guys who have not won a race this season, so it's pretty good, pretty certain that this 7's going to make it into the chase this season for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That's good news for Jordan Newman, but still, he'd love to get a win and lock his position into the chase. Nicholas Samedeo kind of had that same thing going for him as well when he got that win in Pocono. He was probably going to make it into the chase on points. Didn't really need a win, but that win locks him into the chase no matter what. So Samedeo will definitely be racing for a championship once the chase comes around next week. Yeah, next week. This time, I'm pretty sure we'll be starting the Truck Series chase. Actually, I think it'll be the second race for the Truck Series chase, because the first race for the Truck Series chase is going to be at Armory Digital, and I have determined we had a tie in the Chick-fil-A All-Star Race voting for the tracks. We had a tie between Armory Digital and Zen Joltis, but I'm going to go with Armory Digital because the Truck Series was already planned to run there. So we're going to have kind of like a weekend there with the trucks having their first chase race of the season and the All-Star Race for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And it'll be at the end of the week. Tomorrow you'll see the last race before the chase in the Truck Series at Indianapolis. Yes, the big Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then on Wednesday you guys will see the Rays Dives and Tubing 400, the last race before the chase in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Bartow trying to close up to Dan Smith Jr., and he is doing so. Need some thirst quencher. So I'm thirsty. And when you're thirsty, you should drink. That's a good idea. But Bartow trying to close up to the 35. These guys are starting to close in on each other here. Dan Smith Jr., Trey Bartow, Stuart Gratton, Noah Cars, and Jordan Newman. Now, Dan Smith Jr. is not running for the championship, so he doesn't have anything to lose here tonight. But Trey Bartow needs to get a win if he wants to make it into the chase. He is running second. And he'd love to get this win to lock his spot into the chase, but it's going to be a hard thing to do. Dan Smith Jr. is running a really good line here at Nashville, and he seems to have a pretty fast car in that 35. He has led every lap so far here in the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville, and we are halfway through this thing. But still, we could end up with a pass here. We can end up with another caution. Look at the way these guys are racing here. 3 wide as Bryce Lofor's on the outside of Jacob Reed and Jack Porkins. Alonso's going to shoot the middle. Oh, boy, that's close there. They came close entering turn number 1. But they fanned it out, and Jack Porkins is going to advantage from this. Going to get an advantage from this, I should say. Jacob Reed's going to get a run on the outside. The 18 might be able to take it from the 33. Anyways, Gratton falling off a little bit. Jordan Newman moving up. He's going to try to take 3rd. Newman got around Cars for 4th, and he's going to take 3rd away from the 47, and Bartow's right here. Trey Bartow trying to get to this 35. A couple of Pennsylvania natives right there. I don't know why I mentioned that. I guess I mentioned that because I'm from Pennsylvania too. So yeah. There goes Trey Bartow to the inside of Dan Smith Jr. for the lead. Will Smith Jr. get the run on the outside, or will Bartow be able to lead this lap? It is going to be Smith who leads lap 26. No, that was actually lap 25. The leaderboard's just updating that quickly. But Bartow's going to get a run on the inside and take the lead away from Dan Smith Jr. New leader here at Nashville. It's Trey Bartow, but I think pit stops are going to be beginning here shortly. Don't see anybody coming in yet. We see Elijah Gordon coming in. So these guys are going to be coming in here soon. Newman, Jordan Newman, to the inside of Dan Smith Jr. for 2nd. Dan Smith Jr. trying to get the run on the outside. He tried to do that on Bartow, but he was not able to do it heading in the 1. And Newman trying to get around the 35. He's going to be able to do it. Gratton's going to take 3rd. And Dan Smith Jr. got stuck on the outside there, and that hurt him. Noah Cars is going to take 4th away from the 35. And here comes Road America winner Tyler Selzman right behind these guys. He might get around the 35 as well. That's what happens here. You get stuck on the outside, you're going to fall back pretty fast. Trey Bartow out front here at Nashville, trying to make his way into the chase with this win. If he can get this win, of course, with a win. And he currently leads the number 7 by about half a second here at Nashville. Gratton is going to go for 2nd underneath the 7. And he's going to be able to do it. It's a little harder to make the pass through turns 3 and 4 than it is through turns 1 and 2. The inside lane works better through turns 1 and 2 than it does in turns 3 and 4. It's a very unique racetrack, but it's entering turn number 1 right here. You're going to see Gratton gets that better run into the corner than Jordan Newman does, but Newman's going to be able to get the outside lane to work this time. A good side-by-side battle there for 2nd, and Newman's going to stay in 2nd place. Bartow coming in. And that's going to hand the lead over to the number 7 of Jordan Newman. But we're going to follow with Trey Bartow this time. We're not going to follow with the guys who have stayed out. I know we do that so much where we just follow the guys who stay out and then eventually it cycles through. But we're going to follow here with Bartow's pit stop so we know what he does here on his pit stop. This should be the last set of pit stops in this race as we're going to only have 16 to go. Now Trey Bartow, he's going to take rights, and I think he's going to take lefts as well. I think a 4-tire stop for this 4 is what's going to happen. Of course, they're a little bit slower here in the game than they are in real NASCAR, so that's why his pit stop's a little slower. I think Newman and the rest of those guys should be coming in. A good stop there by Bartow, and you see Jordan Newman leading the rest of the field onto the pit lane. Tyler Selzman staying out, and I think Seth Cole is staying out an extra lap. But that doesn't really mean much because this is not going to be a strategy race for these guys. And there goes Seth Cole, and that's going to complete the cycle. And Trey Bartow is going to get back out onto the racetrack. We'll see where Elijah Gordon is. He's 3 laps down in the 24. What a tough... This has been a really tough season for Elijah Gordon. I don't get it at all. I really hate it for him, you know. He's in the Napa fan car, you know. He's in the 24. And he sucks as a driver here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And I just hate it for him, you know. But he is going to get one of his laps back as he does pass Trey Bartow. But Bartow is going to open up a pretty big lead here on the 7 of Jordan Newman. Yeah, I really hate it for Elijah Gordon, though. I mean, great friend of mine, and here he is, last in the points of all the full-time guys. Just don't get it. Bartow's going to take the lead away from Tyler Selzman. And Bartow's going to have a pretty big lead here on 2nd place Jordan Newman. And it's looking pretty good for Trey Bartow here at Nashville. Will he get this win and get his way into the chase? We're just going to have to find out in about, I say, 14 laps. Now 13 to go as they cross the line this time. You never know, we can end up with another 3-wide situation and another caution. Who knows, more guys could have gotten put into the inside wall down the back, and we don't even know about it because the caution doesn't come out for it. Trey Bartow's going to try to get back to the inside of Elijah Gordon. I'm sorry for saying that Elijah Gordon sucks. And as I said, it's not Elijah Gordon that sucks. It's just his driving. This season has really sucked. That's what sucks. I've said that 7 times already. Sorry about that. Anyways, Trey Bartow going to take the lead away from the 24. Not going to take the lead away from the 24. He's just going to take the lap away from the 24. Bartow has a 2-second lead on the 7. And Jordan Newman's going to try to close up to him, but these guys are way too far apart for anything good to happen for these guys running in 2nd. Of course, Newman, if he finishes here, he probably will lock his spot into the chase on points alone. And if he were to do that, I will mark him in green, even though he doesn't have a win. If he's locked into the chase, that's when you get the green there. So I'll make sure Newman does have the enough points to make it into the chase. We'll just have to see. The 42 of Noah Cars, he's running in 3rd. Tyler Selzman is running in 4th. Dan Smith Jr. in a group of cars here, trying to hold on to 5th, but I think Gratton's going to take it away from him. They go side by side with 10 laps to go here at Nashville. And Trey Bartow opening up a 2-second lead on the 7 of Jordan Newman. And I don't think Newman's going to close up to him, so this race is going to be a little boring here, but hey, you know what? That's okay. We did have a pass for the lead, and it was on the racetrack as well. It was not a pit stop pass for the lead. It happened on the racetrack. Had one caution. First caution we had since Daytona, I think. Yeah, we had a caution at Daytona. I don't really remember the Daytona race. Excuse me, that much. Oh boy, I don't remember the Daytona race that much. I don't know what happened. All I know is Larry Ike won. I can't really remember the Daytona race that much. Sorry about that. But Noah Cars, he's running in 3rd right now. Tyler Selzman and Stuart Gratton has gotten around the 35 or 5th. Michael DeFeo's up to 6th. Dan Smith Jr. is running 7th. Still a good run for that 35. Looking to get, I guess you could say, the part-time championship. We don't have a part-time championship anymore, but if we did, I think it would go to Dan Smith Jr. There's got another part-time guy right behind him. Jack Porkins there. Oh boy, these guys are going to be going 3 wide back in here. You might want to watch this. They go 3 wide heading into turn 1, and they keep it there. Ooh, boy, they always get so close entering the corner, and I think they're going to crash, but then they spread out entering the corner. I really don't know. I really don't know how they do it. But a great job by these guys avoiding contact. And we stay green here in the Cracker Barrel 400. Trey Bartow continues to lead the field, and I'm glad this is not a 500-mile race. It's down to a 400. And this race has already seemed quite long to me. 6 to go here at Nashville. Jordan Newman has closed the gap on Trey Bartow quite significantly, and he's gotten around the 24 here. So Newman, he might have a shot here on Trey Bartow. Oh yeah, he's not that far behind. The 4 might be running a little conservatively here in the 4. We're just going to have to see. Trey Bartow is going to lead lap 40. It's 5 laps to go here at Nashville, and the lead is down to 1 second. Jordan Newman is obviously faster, but will he have enough time to get to the 4, and more importantly, get around him? Because this is a hard place to pass. Trey Bartow is going to lead it with 4 laps to go. Jordan Newman is now only... actually... oh yeah, that is a lot closer than the last time. He is 2/3 of a second behind the 4. He gained about 3/10 of a second that last lap. Bartow definitely needs to worry here. Jordan Newman is coming fast in the 7. Like I said, this guy can make it into the chase on points, but he doesn't want to make it in on points. He wants to get some bonus points for the chase and get a win here tonight. That would lock his spot into the chase, and he would also, as I said, get 2 bonus points towards the chase. The gap stayed the same that lap. That's good news for Bartow. 2.5 laps to go here in the Cracker Barrel 400. Will Newman close in time, or will the 4 of Trey Bartow get the victory and make his way into the chase? We're just going to have to find out in these next 2 laps. I think Newman closed in that lap. Half a second now between the 4 and the 7. Newman getting a good run off at turn number 2. Will he be able to get to the 4? We're just going to have to find out. He's going to take a slightly lower line than Bartow through turns 3 and 4. But Trey Bartow is going to lead at the white flag here at Nashville. 1 lap to go for Trey Bartow. Will Bartow make his way into the chase for Season 5, or will Newman spoil the party? Newman did not get off at the turn 2 as well as Bartow. I should say getting off at turn 1 because that's where they kind of spread out there. And Trey Bartow is going to be able to hold everybody off. Newman, one last shot. It's not going to happen. Trey Bartow is going to make his way into the chase. He wins the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville. And Trey Bartow gets it done. And he's going to be in the chase for Season 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. A very good win for Trey Bartow. Newman was closing in fast. If there were a couple more laps, I think the 7 would have been able to do it. But Trey Bartow is going to make his way into the chase for this win. Jordan Newman finishes second. Noah Cars, Tyler Selzman, Stuart Gratton, yet again, another... That's more than fantastic. Is there a word better than fantastic? I can't think of one right now because, you know, I don't know words that well. But Stuart Gratton running 5th. Finishing 5th. I don't know. Where's my mind? I don't know where it is. Michael DeFeo 6th. Dan Smith Jr. 7th. Jack Workins, Cody Smart, and Larry Ike rounds out the top 10. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. Caleb Hoffman had an issue. Not entirely sure what happened. Never saw it. But it's a tough break for the 6. And Matt Tuck also had a problem. He's going to finish last here tonight in Nashville. Elijah Gordon 2 laps down. Cameron Black, Tristan Allen both 1 lap down there. Tough break for all those guys back in there. But Trey Bartow is going to make it into the chase for Season 5. And we only have 1 race left to determine the full chase grid here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So Wednesday, you guys will see the Rays Dives and Tubing 400 here at the... not here at the... Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just don't know. Just chill out. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's where you're going to see the Rays Dives and Tubing. At the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Wednesday. And at the end of that race, we will determine the 16 drivers who will make up the chase grid in season number 5 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So congratulations to Trey Bartow for getting the win here at Nashville. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you guys later.